Hey guys, it's Arnold 6 here back with another video. So when I was live streaming like 5 minutes ago or something, I was trying to make it work, but for some reason, so I had to get on a call with someone, and for some reason it was quote unquote copyrighted, which is stupid. I don't know what is copyrighted about someone's voice, unless it's like Justin Bieber or something, which I don't know Justin Bieber personally. But anyways, so today, and what I was going to talk about on the live stream, but I can't now. Today I'm going to be talking about, why our generation sucks. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all, okay? Our generation freaking sucks. It is the worst generation we've had since the generation that created slavery and the generation right before the Civil War, in the South at least. It is one of the worst generations we've ever had. And there are many problems due to this. Number one, and this will be controversial among my friends because a lot of people think I'm really stupid, or I'll use it, retarded, just because sometimes because sometimes I say stupid things, but the reason I say stupid things is because I'm trying to say stupid things purposely. And then occasionally, of course, I do not mean to say things that sound stupid, but they do sound stupid, and I say them, and they're like, "Oh my God, that is so stupid. What do you mean?" And that's occasionally my mistake. Usually I try to sound stupid. You guys know that from when I'll be on streams and stuff on PlayStation. So today I'll just be talking a bit about why our generation sucks. Now, normally, if I'm acting stupid, it's usually around my friends, and that's pretty normal for people of our generation. But I'm not talking about that today because normally I can be a pretty smart person. I do good in my classes. Um, I know a lot about history, if y'all didn't know that already because of my room. Um, I've been studying it my entire life and I want to go into the Navy. Um, but here's the thing. When I'm talking stupid, I'm talking just common sense stupid. Our generation, okay, so we all remember when Justin Bieber was like doing the weed and all that, and people were getting really upset about it. And remember how everyone was like cutting themselves and all that? That was just messed up. Like, you don't cut yourself just because you're a hardcore fan of someone and then you find out they're doing drugs. That's just flat out, I'm gonna say it, it's flat out retarded. And I know that word's extremely controversial, but I'm going to say it, okay? It's stupid, and you shouldn't be cutting yourself just because one of your favorite music stars, like, is doing drugs. If they're doing drugs, they should be arrested and prosecuted like everyone else. It's stupid to think that, oh, like, Justin Bieber, he's been found guilty multiple times of all sorts of stuff, and they only give him like what, a few months in prison. Like like he doesn't do stuff like he used to, but he still does it. Like, and then they never really gave him like proper sentencing and all that. That is stupid. And then I'm going to talk about the type of stuff that our generation does. Our generation, they vape, they smoke, they do drugs. Trust me, I see drugs all the time in my school. And when you see the drugs, you know that our generation is stupid. Like the bathrooms reek of weed. Oh my God. Like the bathroom reeks of weed. There's so much weed everywhere, and it's not like medical marijuana. Like, I'm fine with medical marijuana. Like, if you're using it for a medical purpose, it's fine. But, like, you can just smell it in the air. Someone was smoking marijuana. And that's the type of stupid crap I'm talking about. You're doing drugs, you're smoking, which is eventually could cause you lung cancer. You act like you know everything. You act like I'm gonna say it, you act like a smartass. And then like our generation just blames everything on like they blame on something else, which I do occasionally, but like I don't do it like I usually own up to my actions. But I'm tired of our generation acting like trying to follow what everyone is doing. Like they're like, oh my, like there's like the Gucci gang, like all the rapping, a lot of it is a problem I have, not just because of like what it talks about. It's just like that's just flat out messed up. Like talking about how many girls you get, like talking about having sex with them. That's just messed up. Like you shouldn't be talking about that in a song. Like if you're gonna talk about something that has to do with love, be like do something like that's not like being like, oh, I got like 30 girls, like all that crap that rap artists do, and all the Gucci gang. That is so stupid. It hurts my head. The amount of stupidity in some of the songs that these guys put out, and then my generation absolutely loves it. They're like, oh my god, it's amazing. And then of course I've been talking a lot about TikTok recently. All the stuff you see on there is extremely stupid and retarded, and it's not the main reason why I want it banned, but it honestly, like, the amount of stupid stuff that people do on there is, it's literally, it's hard to describe it in words how stupid it is. And I know I'm sounding like an old person who is like, social media is horrible and all that. But in my opinion, the internet is not what it used to be. And TikTok is, in my opinion, stupid. Renegade is stupid. Controversial, I know. In my opinion, the stuff you see on TikTok is really stupid. Um, like, there's no meaning behind it. Like Renegade or any of those, whatever the dances are called that you do on TikTok, there's no meaning behind them. Now, I get it if you're like posting stuff about like the LGBTQ community and like posting like your support for it, or if you're LGBTQ, I get that. You can support your pride and all that because that's who you are. You have the right to be that way. I'm fine with that type of stuff. It's just the stupid stuff people like to do. It's just like all the whatever they do. I honestly don't like, I've seen stuff and how stupid it is, and I don't feel like talking about all of it because I could have a video that would go on for like another 5 hours naming a lot of the stupid stuff they do on there. But like I don't feel like having a 5 hour long video, plus I don't really have 5 hours left in my day to do that. I only have like 2 hours. And just what I hate is just like people think that TikTok is this revolutionary thing. It's just like so amazing, and that our generation was gifted with the internet, which was probably one of the biggest mistakes humankind has made. It's not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest mistakes. I love the internet. It's great, but sometimes it's just flat out stupid. People act stupid on the internet just for clout and all that bullcrap. It's so dumb, the amount of stuff that is on the internet. Like I get it if you're like watching some about like some like on how to do some on one of your video games on like your computer or something, because I have video games on my computer, as y'all can tell. Here's a bunch of them, and I play them all the time, and I'll look up how to do something on them. It's fine if you do that. It's like if you watch someone play a game or something, like, or like watch some rant about something, or like reaction channels and stuff. But like doing the stupid stuff on the internet, like all the TikToks and all that, just literally, you could be like, it's the reason why I haven't wasted my time on the internet so much, and in fact, I don't bring my phone with me as much as I used to, because I've realized that it's not a necessity to me. Um, it's just that I don't need it, and eventually In like 20 years or something, I only need really a phone for like phone calls and stuff. And it's just really stupid, the stuff you see on the internet, and like all the like the iceberg the ice bucket challenge, like all this stupid stuff you see on the internet. And then our generation, they're literally just, they follow like what is ever's cool, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really care what you want to call it. You can call it whatever you want. But like you're like, people get bullied for like, because they don't have expensive clothes or expensive shoes. Like nobody, I don't care what other people think of me. Like, unless like it's something that like, okay, so I'm a German. And one time I was called a Nazi just because I'm German. And that hit home because my ancestors moved to the United States in the 1840s. They were not there during the rise and fall of the Third Reich. My ancestors were not Nazis just because we were German. That is an extremely controversial opinion, and I got really mad at him. I was like yelling at him and stuff, and the teacher's like, "What's wrong? Why are you yelling at this kid?" And I'm like, because he or she called me a Nazi just because I'm a German, like, and it just really made me mad because I'm proud of my German ancestry. I'm proud of it, and I always will be. And then like people would just like, and then like another thing I hate. I know I'm like jumping this topic to topic really fast, but like another thing I hate is when people act like the government controls what the cops do, kind of like a mind control thing or something, kind of like something from Star Wars or some crap. Like, act like the government controls what the cop did to George Floyd. The government cannot control what independent human beings do. And it's not brutality. Brutality is like some Nazi crap. Like I get it. He should have never killed George Floyd. But that is not brutality. Like, he held him on his neck for 9 minutes, but at least he didn't gas him. At least he didn't force him to starve and try to scrape for food every day. Let me tell you about something. All the people in my generation who complain about, oh my god, the government is so horrible, it's so corrupt, they complain about how their lives are hard, it's depressing. Yeah, try telling that to a citizen of China. Let me tell you something. The Chinese people since 1949 have lived under fear. Complete fear. And in North Korea too. An example is when, what's his name, Kim Il-sung, no, it was Kim Jong-il. When Kim Jong-il died, who was the former leader of North Korea, when he died, you could tell that the people were not crying because they were extremely sad. They were forced to cry. It was a forced cry, not a sad one. You can tell by watching videos of it. And they live under complete fear. If they dare speak out against the government, they're good as dead. They starve each day. There are children who have to steal just to find food. The middle and lower class of China suffer, and that is most of the country. Meanwhile, the upper class and the government get rich and richer, and they completely have complete control over the entire country. And the people suffer. They barely are able to manage getting a roof over their head. They can barely scrape up a few scraps of food each day. And they have to support their families. And meanwhile, my generation of American people in 2020 are complaining about how the government is so corrupt and cruel, which it is corrupt, and it's pretty bad. But it's nowhere near China or North Korea. You cannot say that. Or Iran, for that matter. If y'all remember back in January when, like, everyone was worried that we were going to go to war with Iran, honestly, I was kind of worried about that too. We all were. And Iran, we all know the story. They kill gays just because they're gay. And then the whole thing over in Israel, where people still discriminate against Jews over in Israel. There's a few wars against them. There was a jihad called where like 6 or 7 countries were ganging up on Israel just because they're Jews. And then our generation of American citizens complains about how, oh, the government's so corrupt. Like, you cannot. It just makes me so mad about it, and I just like to rant about it for hours upon hours. And our generation just, it sucks, okay? We have zero common sense. We just completely follow what everyone else is doing. We are completely like mind droids. We're literal droids to the internet. We don't have. I could rant on for hours about it, but it's 16 minutes long already in this video. I could rant about it for hours upon hours about how our generation is horrible. Our generation just needs some help. It needs literal help. And the only way it's going to get help if someone slaps some common sense into them. Some of the greatest generations that ever came were the one that was born in the 1910s, 1920s, and 1930s. It was called the Greatest Generation. And that was the generation that won World War II and destroyed the Nazis. That generation did wonderful things. Yeah, they may have been racist and probably sexist, many of them too. But they saved us from an evil I cannot possibly imagine. And at the time, they had common sense. They weren't, like, obsessed with trends and all that. There was no such thing as that back then. Like, there's, like, music you would like, but, like, there wasn't, like, radios that were always playing in school. They didn't have earbuds, none of that. And then the generation that, grew up, right after the Civil War in the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, the one that won World War I. Another wonderful generation of people. Those are the type of people who changed lives. And it was the same way with the generation in the north of the Union in right before the Civil War, the ones like 1830s, 40s, 50s, that generation that won the Civil War. That was a wonderful generation of Northerners that came up to unite against slavery. They united against it, and it was a victory that achieved great success and eventually led on to the civil rights movement for all black people to have voting rights, all sorts of rights with all the amendments, everything. Those were truly changing generations. Meanwhile, our generation is complaining about how the government's so horrible and corrupt when they are the ones who most of them have roofs over their head. They have food on the table each day. They may have bad parents or something, but they got it good. No, if you have a house and food on your table each day, you got it good, okay? Compared to the homeless people on the streets and the people over in North Korea and China who live under fear, hate, and y'all saw Hong Kong in 2019. They were protesting like hell. It was like Seattle up in there. They were protesting all across the city. Y'all could tell that even the Chinese government couldn't handle that flow of people. The reason is because of all the suffering that the Chinese government has caused the people of Hong Kong. Because they don't want to live under tyranny anymore. Because they know what it's like to truly suffer. They live in pain and fear, and they starve. And no matter what, I will always believe in the fact that the nationalists must be restored to power like they were right before World War II. The nationalists were taken out of power, and they were exiled straight to Taiwan, where they are to this day. And the Kuomintang must be put back in power. Otherwise, the people of China will continue to suffer. And I'm hoping my generation learns to get some common sense and is able to help the Kuomintang and the people of China fight back against their oppressors. And that's all I have to say, really. Our generation is just horrible. They are selfish, they are idiotic, and they make stupid decisions. So thank you all so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Put any criticism you have or any judgments down in the comments. I'll try to reply back. And I'm sorry if I offend anyone with this video, because I know it's going to be extremely controversial. So anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. I'll try to put out a stream tomorrow or Friday, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.